Hello, my name is Andreas Carlsen from CENIT AG. I am responsible for the development of our product ICN Toolbox, which I will show you in this video. First of all, a short look at the main functions of the product, which I will show you later in the live demo. The toolbox enhances the usability of IBM Content Navigator for FileNet, improves the ergonomics, and provides additional capabilities in a very easy and intuitive way. It comes with a neat dashboard providing a better overview and fast access to the relevant content and workload. For example, the resubmission of documents. To support quick searches, there's a configurable search field in the title bar, which users can use to search for important documents or folders. Users can switch between desktops and save their viewing settings, such as column width. Processing object properties in Excel is much simpler, as the data can be exported directly into Excel format. When moving documents into a folder, the toolbox automatically shows a target list of the last folders used and your favorites, so selecting a target folder is faster and easier. On the right side, you can see an example of the dashboard. Now I will log into the IBM Content Navigator configured with the toolbox. Now you can see an example for the dashboard I configured for this video. There we can see a lot of widgets. This widget is for the favorites of the IBM Content Navigator. Then we have a widget for the inbox, where we can see the resubmissions. We have another widget for the folder content. In this case, the folder is named entry templates, and in the folder is an entry template which you can use to create new documents. Then we have a widget to show the content of the CENIT ICN Toolbox. In this case, it shows the head text. Then you can add any ad hoc search you have. In this case, we added my documents ad hoc search, which shows all documents relevant to this user. Another widget is a new document widget, which shows all entry templates from type document. You can do the same for the type folder. And then we have a news widget where you can see all documents of the document class news in the FileNet object store. Furthermore, you can configure that the user can change the dashboard settings. In this dialog, you can change the layout, you can add new portlets, or you can reset the dashboard settings to the default, and the default is configured in the desktop settings of this desktop. So I will reset to the default because I know that in the default we have an additional widget configured for the dashboard, which shows the newsfeed from the Reuters top news. So you can configure your own dashboards in the desktop, and you can allow your users to change them. The next feature I want to show you is the resubmission feature. In this widget for the inbox, we can see the yearly check for the contract CENIT ICN Toolbox. I will open this with a click on it. And now our tasks feature is opened, and we see the resubmission. There I can do something with the document, can check out and check in the document, or I can do whatever I want with the document. When I finished my work with the document, then I can click on done. Then the reminder is completed, and I have to create a new one if I want a new reminder for next year. Or I can change the reminder date for some date in the future. So if I click on the date feature, then I can go onto the next year and can select the same date as today in the next year. And if I save it, then the new settings is saved in the resubmission. With this feature, you can create easily reminder for documents and tasks you have to do every month, every year, or every 2 years. The next feature I want to show you is quick search in the title bar. Therefore, I will click into this field and enter the CENIT text. With enter, I search for the CENIT text as prefix in the document title name. As you can see here, it searches for the document title. You can also use the full text, and it enters the text I entered in the search field in the title bar. You can do the same for folders because you can also configure other searches for the search field. The next feature I want to show you is the Excel export. Therefore, I select some documents. With right click, I open the context menu and the standard export action from the IBM Content Navigator. And there you have the configuration of the columns you want to export. There you can select the date checked in column and then export it into Excel. Then I open it and Excel is opened. And there you can see all columns are configured for the export are in the Excel document. And in the first column, you have the name of the document, and the name is also a link to the document in the IBM Content Navigator. So I close it again. If you want to export all results of a search, then you can use this action, export all. It's the same as the action before, where I only selected some documents. In this case, it exports simply all search results of this search. In this case, 23 documents. It's the same as before. So the next function I will show you is the use of the last folders used and the favorites in the actions move to and add to folder. Therefore, I will open the Toolbox Locations, Germany folder. There we have a document, and I want to move this document to another folder. As you can see, now we have the last used folder and the favorites folder, and we can select Canada, for example, and move it to this folder because I used Canada in the previous session with this function, and the Toolbox saves the settings and you can access it in the next session. So I will go again and I will use the add to folder action now. I will select Germany. So it still remains in the Canada folder, but now it's also in the Germany folder. Another function of the toolbox is that you can easily configure your IBM Content Navigator with the width of the main sections, like from the folder structure. You can change the column width. And if I now log out and I will log in again, then the client remembers the settings. As you can see, the folder structure width is the same, and the client remembers the settings for the column width of the size and add it on. So last thing I want to show you in this short overview is administration. So if I go into a desktop, the CENIT Toolbox, for example, then you see the configuration of the desktops. And if I go into the layout, you can see the dashboard. And here you can configure the dashboard for all users. And you configure all other features as well. In the CENIT core, you can configure if you want to use the last used folder, if you want to use the favorites, and you configure the search bar. And the last feature is the switch desktop. In this feature, in the title bar, you see all desktops where you have access to. And now we click on the CENIT Toolbox admin, and then the desktop CENIT Toolbox admin is opened. Now you can see another feature. In this desktop, the main functions are shown in the standard way of the IBM Content Navigator as drop-down list. But if we go back to the toolbox, then we see that we will see the main functions as toolbar, because you only have to you only need one click to open it. So you have a faster access to the main functions and can easily click on this functions. So I hope you enjoyed the short overview. If you have further questions, don't hesitate to ask us, and I wish you a nice day. Thank you.